Hey folks, welcome back to Hot Takes, the show that I do because I hate myself. Today's episode is brought to you by my book. I know you haven't bought it yet. Today we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies.
Never back down!
But once again, I know why you're really here.
I got the 2021.
This year's chip is the Carolina Reaper mixed with the Scorpion Pepper. I hate myself. Okay. There's some crumbs in there. I'm not going back for them.
Oh, hiccups.
Already. Oh, God. All right. That was bad. So Never Back Down, a movie that came out while I was in high school. It's basically a modern Karate Kid. Okay. This football player happens to be very angry all the time because his dad got in a car crash. And it kind of messed him up a little bit. Well, his dad died. Messed the kid up. Oh, this is painful. Oh. Why do I do this? This kid moves from Iowa to Florida, where the favorite pastime of the high school kids is to fight each other. God. It's so painful. I came into this way too confident. Me. So, favorite pastime of the kids is to fight each other at house parties in their underwear. My heart. Ryan, the big bad of the story, played by Cam Gigande, and Sean something, who plays the main character, wind up fighting each other at this one house party, and Cam Gigande kicks the ever-loving out of our main character. Oh my God. Oh, this is so bad. It hurts so much. Getting punched in the face would hurt less. Gets his ass kicked. Decides to join a Muay Thai gym that is run by Jaimin Hansu. Jaimin Hansu's one rule is don't fight outside the club, which our main character does all the time. That one guy from American Horror Story that everybody's in love with is his sidekick and convinces him to keep training and keep fighting because he's got to get his honor back or some along the way. He falls in love with Amber Heard, who, for whatever reason, is a good person in this movie. Oh my God. Oh, this hurts. No, just give it to me.
Oh.
This is not helping. So, his love for Amber Heard and his friends convinces him to stop fighting outside the gym so they can get a chance to keep training inside the gym. Holy f***. You know, their relationship really does make you tear up. I was smart this time and used different napkins for my mouth and my eyes. It's not working. There's a reason I only do this once a year. This chip is really messing with my memory, so I can't remember the main character's name, but we'll just call him Hot Sexy. So Hot Sexy gets an invitation while he's out wakeboarding or something to a thing called the Beatdown. And the Beatdown is exactly what it sounds like. It's a big, no-holds-barred mixed martial arts fight where the only rules are
no eye gouging, no crotch shots.
And it's held in like this big dance club where everybody shows up by invitation. Hot Sexy gets an invite, and so does Ryan, who in any other movie
would still be the bad guy.
It's the good stuff. That was kind of helpful. We get to the beatdown. Hot Sexy makes it all the way to one of the last rounds. And then he realizes that Ryan, the bad guy, got disqualified. Interestingly, as a kind of a side note, a clip from one of Ryan's fights in this movie has been circulated online as a real fight where Ryan is a Marine. It's kind of shocking that people don't realize this is a movie since it's definitely filmed that way. But yeah, this clip just circulates unchecked as reality.
Focus, Bryce.
Hot Sexy realizes that Ryan has been disqualified and he decides he doesn't want to fight anymore. So he just taps out and he takes his understandably broken ribs outside, and Amber Heard helps him limp to the car because he's just all sorts of up. Ryan runs out the doors and he goes, "What the hell was that? Aren't you here to fight? Don't you want people to see how great you are?" And Hot Sexy's like, "No, I came here to kill you. And since you're not fighting anymore, I can't do that without losing my gym membership. I have no reason to be here anymore." They both kind of goad each other into fighting, but you're supposed to be happy about it when Hot Sexy does it, but upset about it when Ryan does it. And then Ryan picks him up and slams him down on the concrete, and they fight in their tennis shoes. Everybody runs out of the club, and they go into the parking lot. Everybody turns on their headlights because they're fighting at night. They just have this epic mixed martial arts fight where they're bouncing off of Jeeps and slamming each other down on the ground and taking each other's shirts off, which I guess is also how you could describe a lot of porn. Hot Sexy wins the fight because he remembers some stuff that Jaimin Hansu told him.
Breathe with each strike.
And then he punches and he goes, then he punches and he goes, and then he kicks. And Ryan goes down like this. And then it's all over. Jake, dear God, Hot Sexy's name is Jake. Jake wins the fight. He celebrates to some really happy music. And Amber Heard is like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. And, oh, I forgot to tell you, the reason he agrees to join the beatdown is Ryan beats the out of his best friend so bad that he has to go to the hospital. So he watches the beatdown on his phone in 2008 from the hospital. Shockingly, the most unbelievable part of this entire movie is that he's watching a stream of a fight on his phone. I don't buy it. Jaimin Hansu moves back to South America, where his dad, who doesn't like him, lives. Sequels were disappointing. The reason I love this movie, it has a lot of heart. It's an over-the-top, punch-em-up movie, but there is a lot of intentionality to the way this movie is made. Jaimin Hansu, he is giving an Oscar-worthy performance in a not Oscar-worthy film. And that's commendable, and it also elevates the content, because you've got characters that are playing off of his performance. He comes to America to make a new life for himself, but the only thing he knows is fighting. This familial loss follows him to the States. And that's one of the things that Jaimin Hansu's character and Jake
Hot Sexy
connect over. It's the reason that they fight. They don't fight because they're angry. They fight to teach themselves to learn to be better men. This movie is nothing special if you just look at it as a fighting movie. But when you recognize it's about caring about people and about learning self-control, which is something that is not discussed in male-centric coming-of-age movies. When we talk about movies that young boys watch when they're at their most angsty and most
Hormonal.
they tend to be violent and aggressive, and the guy who hits the hardest wins. But this movie is about taking that drive and learning to control it, like using all of that energy in a positive manner, and it makes him happier in the long run. And when Ryan, our villain, learns that by getting his ass absolutely handed to him, he's happy at the end of the movie. As someone who grew up very angry, I really connected with that because it was something that the martial arts taught me personally. And I think it's something that this movie can teach everyone. That said, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So I guess I'll see you next year. Thanks for watching. Amber Heard's character's name is Baja. How did I go this whole time not talking about that? Okay. A whole movie full of normal names. Jake, Ryan, and then we've got Baja, which they just wave away with.
My parents smoke too much weed.
I know this is only making the blooper reel, but you know what? F it. Baja Miller. Bullshit.
Hey, you good?
Mm-hmm.